I wanted to start this channel just to kind of track our journey and see how we grow, I guess. So my husband and I got married in July, and after that I'm 32, so it's not that time is ticking, but you definitely feel that sort of pressure to, if you want children, to start soon. Sorry, my dog's behind me. So I went off birth control 5 months ago. Hi. And we took our honeymoon about a month after we got married. We decided to wait a little bit because it ended up being a little bit cheaper and you save money where you can. So we went to St. Lucia, and St. Lucia is actually one of the areas that's hit with Zika. So it was recommended that once we got back that we wait 3 months. Okay. That we wait 3 months. Hi, you want to be in the video too? Okay, can you sit down? Can you sit down? So it was recommended that we wait about 3 months for before we start trying, and as long as we didn't get sick. If we had gotten sick with it, we would have had to have waited 6 months, which would have really sucked. But anyway, so in October I decided to go off birth control, and what a trip that was. I mean, people tell you that your body is different and it's going to react differently depending on what's going on, but first off, my periods, holy crap. I went from being on birth control, having maybe a 3-day period, maybe if I got my period at all, to having 7 to 9 day periods off of birth control. And that was intense, an intense change for me. So that was new, and extremely heavy periods. I remember when I was younger and I was not on birth control, I remember my periods being extremely heavy, crazy cramps, and those came back for sure. So that's been fun. Other things is you go back to being a teenager and you get hormonal acne, and it is insane. I feel like my skin is just finally now starting to get better. I mean, it looks okay, but like I still have some crazy breakouts. But I mean, what are you gonna do? So you just try and treat your skin as best you can. Oh, you got your toy? So that's been a learning curve. So fast forward to now. I started, my first 2 periods were 28 and 27 day cycles. So, and I hadn't been temping at that point. I decided that on my 3rd month that I would start temping. A friend had recommended it to me. So I started temping every morning at 6 a.m. My husband gets up at 6 every day for work. So I decided that that's probably the best time for me to wake up, because you need a 2 to 4 hour period that you've been sleeping straight. So the best thing to do is when you first get up. So I started temping my first month after ovulation. I was using OPKs at the time as well too. That was my first month doing that and temping, and it was my temperatures after my OPK went positive weren't that high. I'll try and insert a photo here. So my temperatures weren't that high after ovulation, and they kind of dipped. I had fallback temperatures, and then I use about 4 apps, oddly enough, to track my ovulation and my temperatures, because they all give me different things. So at first, Fertility Friend had my cover line in a certain area, and then probably almost at the end of that cycle it had moved it down. So I had lower temps, they were kind of all over the place, but I had a 12-day luteal phase, which was really good. But I'm a late ovulator, so I tend to ovulate about cycle day 17, 18. So this last cycle, I think I ovulated cycle day 18. Although I'm not convinced it was cycle day 18, I kind of think it was cycle day 19. But yeah, I don't know. My temps seem to think it was cycle day 18. So I'll insert the photo here. So this last cycle, I only had maybe a 10-11 day luteal phase, but my temps were a lot more consistent and strong after ovulation, so that was kind of nice to see a good change there. So here we are, cycle, what, 5 of trying. We aren't going crazy. We didn't want that stress, so it's not like we're having sex every day for 2 weeks or a whole month or anything like that. We just kind of take it as it is and do what we normally would do. Yeah. So far I've just wanted to track my temps and things. Move your butt. Come here. Come here. Gizmo. Come here. Good boy. I just wanted to track because I just wanted to see where I was at. I mean, I'm 32. I have been on birth control for 17 years. So you don't really know your body at that point, you know. So I wanted to see what was up, and I've found some wonderful people on the apps that I use, on the communities. So my favorite community has to be in Kindara. They're amazing. The women are just phenomenally supportive, and everybody's there for each other. Where I found some other communities haven't been supportive, and they can be quite negative. People have strong opinions about things, and I've just kind of removed myself from those communities and posting. But yeah, so that's a little bit about me and where we're at and what we want to do. And yeah, I hope you guys will follow along on our journey. I'm going to try and post throughout my cycle, just to give updates and things like that on how I'm feeling. If you guys have any suggestions for videos you'd like to see, let me know in the comments below. Yeah, I'm just kind of really excited to go on this journey. Thanks.